were saying, Gary, you got the game tomorrow night. You got they're gonna have a big crowd, and then you got two games. Basically you got 3 games in 4 days.
Yep.
So just assess the week and how important this is.
Well, three different opponents. I mean, every game's a big game right now. We're not looking into Friday or Saturday. We're just fully focused on a very good Huntsville team. We've seen them a lot. They've had our number this year. Let's be honest. Last game we played our best against them, and then we fell flat. Couldn't get a penalty kill in the third period. They came back from behind and beat us in regulation. That was obviously one I still think about. That was a tough loss. But they're a very healthy team. They're a veteran team. They got all their guys. They just got their best centerman back from Europe. So they're even tougher now. They just got Dylan Stewart back. So, they got a good team over there. And what we're focused on is what it takes to beat Huntsville. Obviously, once we get done with that mission, the focus becomes on Macon. Macon's got a new coach there this year. He's done a good job so far with them. A lot of new guys over there, some guys that we're familiar with. But anytime you got to go over really early in the morning, that Macon day trip is always a tough one. You see a lot of teams struggle going into that rink sometimes because you got to leave so early in the morning. You get the time change, and sometimes it's not the most upbeat environment in there. So you got to be ready. You got to be sharp, ready to go. And right now for us, let's call it a spade a spade. We're in dead last. It doesn't matter who we play against. We must respect our opponent, and we got to start earning other teams' respect.
You had a spirited practice from Dan and I watched today. How do you hope maybe this carries into tomorrow, and also some essential elements that you think are key to kind of get you guys on a winning track and maybe better vibe?
Well, I think it all starts, with practice, and that's the one thing, as coaches we always say, practice is our time. That's the time for the coaches. The games, that's the players' time. And you do everything. You reinforce the video. You reinforce habits that are happening in practice. Guys aren't getting pucks out. We're blowing it down, making them do 20 push-ups. So that's the one thing this week. We've had some of the same mistakes keep happening, and when they happen in practice, it's kind of like, when my dog acts up, you squirt him with the water bottle type of thing. We got to start doing everything we can to get these habits the right way in practice. So hopefully they start correlating more in the games, because we just made a lot of the same mistakes this year over and over again. And I think that's probably for me as a coach the most frustrating thing is, seeing the same guys do the same mistakes and not learn from them. So, we've tried some different things this year. I think for us, we know we have a group in there that can win games. I think it's just, again, it's all about the belief, and it's about the work ethic. We're not going to come out of this funk unless we literally outwork the other team. We must block more shots than them. We must finish more checks. We must shoot more than them. We have to be more disciplined than the other team. If you take a look at the Peoria game the other night, their first power play goal, we had a great first period. Their first power play goal that they score, we have a defenseman that's right there that could have blocked that shot. If I'm standing out there, I'm blocking that shot. I want to block that shot. That's my job. We're not getting that total buy-in. And until we start getting the total buy-in, we're going to continue to lose games. And I told the captains this morning in their meeting, I said, if we're not willing after Wednesday night's game to be in that training room, every guy with 3 bags of ice on you and almost needing a medical IV drip in you, you didn't give enough. Like, that's what it takes to start winning hockey games. You have to fully invest. You got to fully buy in. And we have guys at times that are doing it. Some guys do it for 20 minutes at a time, 40 minutes at a time, but we need everybody to do it for 60 minutes, Bill.
Okay, Jake was named captain, and I wondered what led into that decision. And I know he can't play tomorrow, but what have you seen out of him? Now, he practiced today, obviously he was out there late. What do you see out of Jake, and how do you hope maybe his leadership can help you guys? He's a veteran guy.
Yeah, it was definitely a tough decision. I mean, I wavered over it. I've been waiting quite some time to do it. Obviously, I think we all understand it was definitely between him and Bondarenko. It was a tough decision, and I spoke to Bondo about it, and I have nothing but utmost respect for all my leaders. That we have a great leadership group. Troy Button doesn't wear a letter, but he's also in our 6-person leadership group that we meet with on a weekly basis, and that's why I've kind of done the split A's too, because again, I feel like right now our team really needs to have this leadership group really take control. of the room, you know, and really take my message and make sure it's resonating in that room, make sure the buy-in is there, and having those guys, all six of them, really hold everybody accountable. But, you know, Jake, obviously he has, you know, that experience of playing at the higher levels. One thing that's resonated that I've noticed from training camp right away is, you know, he's a guy that's always trying to work with other guys as a coach. He's taking guys working on their game, working with defensemen, doing drills with them. He's out there warming up the goaltenders. You don't have to tell him to do that stuff. He's just naturally, as a leader, doing those things. You know, he's coming to my office several times on Sundays when I'm the only one in here working. You know, I'm in here doing video or doing something.